All right. So yeah, last session, Max, you split from the party to go with Jameson, using his staff that does have teleportation, although it is starting to run low in charges, something that he'll have to cross when it gets to a certain point. You did make it safely to Gregan's. He's very well familiar with how to get there. And you were tasked with trying to reach out to as many as 4 people at a time, which is the maximum number that you can bring back with you, in order to convince them to come be part of the crew of this ship, so that you all can, at a minimum, get this airship out of this precarious location that you're in right now. So with that, who would you approach first in Gregan's, and how would you go about it?
Okay. Gregan's is the town where we found those jars and stuff in, right?
Yes, that was the town where there was this weird doppelganger situation. Yeah. And you can actually, if you go to the main campaign landing page, down at the bottom left, there's a click that you can go and see people's names if you needed it. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, you can tell me in generalities. You don't have to give me names.
Let's see here. Looking at who is in Gregan's.
So there was the innkeep, there was the mayor, there was the smith.
So there's Aurelia, which we don't trust.
Correct.
Aurelia. There's Eurus, who's the smith. There's Vendon, who's the innkeeper, magistrate. Horus is bad guy. We don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gord was the captain of. He was killed. Okay.
Yep.
So I mean, there's 3 people.
There's 3 people of which the name is like well known, because that's the magistrate, the innkeeper, and the blacksmith. But I mean, the rest of the town.
Wasn't there also somebody who made magical clothing and stuff?
That was the druid who lived out in the small island off the coast. He did live off the coast of Gregan's, a rowboat's ride out. So yeah, he also is.
No, there. I thought there was one guy who was he had fancy clothes in his shop, and he had Is that just the blacksmith? It was somebody who was fancy.
Fancy clothes?
Blue. For some reason, I'm thinking of a blue tiefling.
Oh, yeah, there was also the magic shop owner. You are correct. He is a tiefling who lives in Gregan's as well.
That's all I forgot about him.
Yeah. Good memory. I was like, where are you going with that? And yes, you did. He's a shop owner, a magic shop owner. Yep.
Did I get the impression that he made his own magical? Is he an artificer? Is he a mage of some sort? Did I?
Yeah, you got the sense that his magical capabilities were more innate than yours, less learned. So potentially a sorcerer of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he could make rings and stuff, and
yes.
So he might be useful.
Mm-hmm.
The smith is definitely useful, but I'm thinking the innkeeper might be cool because we're gonna. I mean, we need a what's it called? The swain? Or what's the right word I'm thinking of? Like the guy who like takes care of the ship. Yeah, boatswain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And keep remembering a good boatswain.
And let me point out, you all know that in the town of Gregans, everything is nautical. I mean, this town is a crossroads for boats. So most of the people that live there, probably high chance they used to be on a crew of some sort.
And the port master or harbor master or whatever is another. I mean, he would at least know, like, he would know of people that are proficient at least in being ship's crew, right? So.
Yeah, so I'd point out that there's like 3 options here. You know of 4 explicitly high adventurer level people that you just mentioned. I'd say that at a minimum, the blacksmith, the druid, and the tiefling, have some sort of high level skills in adventuring. Potentially also the innkeeper. There was always this like inclination that he'd seen some stuff. And then also the port master. So there's like this group that explicitly. Then there's the general kind of dock workers, part of the Empire group that's down by the actual docks, right? Mm-hmm. That they're kind of like en masse. And then lastly, there's the town folk. So I think you have your like pick of the litter of one of those 3 things.
I mean, if we're trying to get quality, okay. So before I left the group, was the focus on quality people, or like, do we need hands?
Flickerwisp noted that somebody who understands boats is what he needs, because a lot of the mechanics of how to control the boat is the thing he needs help with, so that he can be focused on the arcane sort of engine component of the travel. So yeah, I mean, you're looking for people who have boat backgrounds for sure. And, if you get into trouble, people that won't just die because they're level 1 ensigns would also be, beneficial.
Yeah. So the other question I have is, before I left the group, did we discuss how secretive I need to be about the type of ship we're dealing with here?
Yeah, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, Midolfir, but like part of this was understanding that airships have never been seen in the world in any large scale. Like people have made flying small boats and stuff with levitation, but not to this scale because of the magic that would be required. So it could be a little bit mind-bending. It might be raising a lot of questions to certain persons. You would know to start with at least people, that you would trust, that understand that like you guys are on a whole other level of adventuring in terms of.
Yeah, so that splits my mind, right? So if that's what I'm trying to do, then I would go after those named NPCs. But if we're looking for like people that we know are very good at ship stuff, right? Yep. Then I would go down to like the dock and try to get like the port master, and like I'm a little bit split here on what my first tactic should be.
Just sell it to the crew as going on the ship adventure, the likes of which they've never seen before.
But like, which group should I go after? Both?
I would say, like, this would just have been like Midolfir's suggestion to Max before he left. Talk to the people we know that know us, right? The rank, not the rank and file of the town, but like the innkeep, mayor,
named,
and and then through them have them kind of help rally, because
advocate.
Yeah, they're gonna. I think they're gonna be agreeable to our group saying, "Hey, we need some help now," and
all right. If that's the case, I'm gonna go to the magistrate and vending first. So the magistrate and the innkeeper.
Got it. So you all arrive dead center of town, right in like the main square of the town, if you recall it. This is not a small town, but it's certainly not the size of a Terthus or a large city. There are people out and about, moving food, salts, things like that to the boats, and you're popping up kind of as like a little bit jarring. They're not used to that, so you definitely draw like a interesting crowd as to you and Jameson.
Begin to profusely apologize to anybody nearby.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they kind of see your wizard gear, which is just this sheening, obvious, draped in arcana stuff that you have all over you. And you do see the magistrate's house right there next to the square, as you remember.
I kind of nod my head towards the house so that Jameson sees where I'm pointing to, because I don't necessarily know how well he knows this town.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, he does, because he
knows it well enough. Yeah, he knows it well enough.
So
yeah,
go there.
As you go to the magistrate's house, you notice that he has guards now. They look like a non-imperial group of guards, like perhaps he hired locally from his own wealth to assure that what happened previously doesn't occur again, at least not as easily, where he got abducted and put into his cellar. And they kind of just hold you and ask what your business is and if you have an appointment. Do you make any kind of plea?
So I'm gonna lay it on real thick. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna talk about the magistrate. Be like, oh yes, the last time we were here, such and such, blah blah blah. I'm gonna refer to the magistrate by first name basis. Wildland.
Yeah. You call him Tim.
Yeah. Tim Wellen. Yeah. So that's how I'm gonna be like, and then just be like, if you just go and you tell him that Max Xanthi is here, would like to talk to him, that'd be great.
Let me just do a quick knowledge. Okay, one of the guys is very recognizing of you now in context, and he kind of like nudges the other one and goes, no, he's him and some 4 other people help save the town from marauders, and yes. Mm-hmm.
Is that gonna be just what is that? That's like a social skill? I don't know. Diplomacy? What is
Could be diplomacy, yeah. But because you've given a decent excuse, essentially all you're looking for, that'll be fine.
What up?
I was gonna say DC 10 is really all you needed.
I'm gonna ask like, hey, name his firstborn by name and be like, how's he doing?
Yeah.
Is he still 6 years old?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you remember that. I feel so humbled. Somebody of your acclaim and history remembering my child's name. Thank you. He's doing great. Came down with the flu, and the other one kind of like nudges him. I think he has business with the magistrate, and they open the doors for you. They kind of give Jameson a weird look because Jameson looks like a homeless person almost all the time.
For sure.
Like he does not drape himself in magical things. He usually only has his staff and a bracer, and both are usually covered within his cloak, which is purposely this like shoddy, almost burlap kind of clothing that he wears. And he just strolls in behind you.
Now that I've gotten my good diplomacy out of the way, I'm looking forward to massively effing this up with the magistrate.
The magistrate is currently talking to somebody in his office. They're discussing. You can overhear as you're walking down the hallway closer to his office doors. Talk of trade. You notice the voice is kind of like a strange accent, almost Dwarven. And the magistrate's just like very excited. We will smooth out all the concerns, and if we need to expand anything with the ports, we can certainly do that. We just look forward to hearing back about your proposal. And the conversation kind of ends. And as it does, you hear the noise of shuffling furniture, and out comes from his office a stout, well-armored looking dwarf, a little bit different than the ones that you saw in the caravan. This one is wearing almost a mariner's level of armor, something light, and in case of emergency can be thrown off to jump in the water. Kind of gives you a nod and walks past. You guys, two of you enter the magistrate's office, and you notice he is genuinely like shocked to see you, and he's like shuffling papers on his desk and doesn't know what to do with his hands. He's like, Max Xanthi, my goodness, it's been over a year since I've seen you. Where are the rest of your compatriots? I see you have a new party here. What can I help you with?
Okay, so I totally think this guy's awesome, right?
You just think he's surprised to see you. I mean, you haven't seen him in a year. Totally normal.
All right. I say, yes, magistrate. I'm actually here on business, but I don't want to interrupt. If you're in the middle of something, I can come back later.
No, this time is perfect. You know, it's never the wrong time to speak with the saviors of Gregans. You, after all, helped me escape from my own root cellar.
Well, you know, right place, right time. You know, doesn't hurt. But yeah. So here's the deal, and I go on the spiel of like needing people for a ship. It's going to be a great adventure.
You just say ship. You don't say airship.
No, just ship.
Got it.
I'm not gonna lead any conversations with that, you know, but I do lean on, you know, like there's gonna be adventure. Whoever signs up is gonna be able to, you know, I'm sure there'll be remittances back to this town, their relatives that are here, et cetera, et cetera. So looking for, you know, seasoned adventurers and professional sailors.
He kind of like
trustworthy. It's very important.
Yeah, he nods his head, and he kind of intimates something to you. Ever since the troubles that occurred in the city, of which I heard that your group was part of the reason so many lives were saved, with that horrible sorcery that overtook the college. And my goodness, it could have really been a disaster. But, you know, thank the gods that good luck intervened and stopped them. But yes, ever since that and the return of the Emperor and reestablishment of the Imperial forces on the island, we've come under a little bit more scrutiny here.
How much of this is new to me?
Very new. You've heard from Jameson that Terthus, whatever happened to Daria and a Carbon Veladrake is unknown. It feels like something went wrong with what their plans were, because like they just kind of poof in a cloud of smoke at the Planetum, disappeared, and then people just were like, hey, go send a search party and see what's going on, and it was just kind of an abandoned place.
Okay.
Yes, so there was some concern that Gregans might be a weak point. So you may have noticed there's been more fortification at the docks, a lot more Imperial force presence, which the Portmaster loves. However, I'm glad to note that because of that, we have several new families that have moved into town, of which many are nautically trained and capable. I can certainly give you some recommendations to go speak to ones that I know particularly well.
Yeah. And I would like take out a piece of parchment and a little quill.
Okay.
Sort of start taking notes.
Off the top of his head, he names 9 different personnel in town that he says they've come to me. They've spoken about the need for work outside of the port, which has become kind of crowded by Imperial forces. And I like to keep my my townfolk employed, and it sounds like this adventure may be lucrative. I assume you will be paying them mercenary rates. Don't worry.
What have I discussed about it with the party before I left?
You noted with the party that potentially some financial application of money would be needed for certain folks. After all, you do need 12 here, and upending someone's life to come onto a ship without much information other than that via teleportation is going to take some trust. So yeah, I mean, the party has lots of gold. You know that.
We did discuss. We did kind of calculate that we had enough money to pay like labor rates based on what we knew to be like what a daily daily amounts worth of pay is, and we've got enough to cover.
Okay. He looks at you and goes, standard nautical crew costs no more than say 2 gold per week.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Of course, if we found any more seasoned people that want to be stakeholders, we might be able to have that discussion as well. But
certainly, if you're looking for that kind of folk, the Imperial forces have brought a lot of armor and weapons, and the old blacksmith has been, I wouldn't say bored necessarily, but yeah, certainly Joris has seen more exciting times. Other than patching up,
has been improving recently. I understand. Yes,
indeed. He would certainly be someone who would like to potentially hit the road again. He doesn't have much ties to the city anymore. But yeah, any adventure with him. I mean, when he was in the Navy, he was quite a force. I don't know if you know this, but he commanded quite the crew.
Really? He's so humble. He never mentioned this.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to go speak to him. And I lean in. I'm like, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
The portmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's worthwhile bringing him on board with me here local for a little while to help evaluate some of the candidates that and I point to the list, some of these individuals to maybe suggest what their best roles might be. And I laugh a little bit. I'm not exactly a sailor, and I know my limits. The
magistrate kind of tells you, and take it for what you want. He tells you, myself and the portmaster have had a bit of a butting of heads recently. The division of power between a magistrate and a person who has been given additional responsibilities by the Empire is an unusual boundary. We've decided that the port is under Imperial domain and the rest of the town is under my purview. If you wish to go speak to him, that's fine. I just caution you that under these additional security times, that he's become a lot more cynical recently.
Interesting. But your only conflict is on the boundary between port and city. It's not about you don't think he's a bad portmaster or doesn't know what he's doing.
Give me a sense motive check.
Okay.
Another
sense motive. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
You get the feeling that he has distinctly felt the draw of resources that otherwise were under his view towards this mission of security and other aspects of the town. Maybe that has to do with what he was conversing with the dwarf about.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it certainly seems like the edges are very rough still and maybe recent.
Okay. Then I say that dwarf gentleman that just left, he looks very nautical. What's his whole deal?
We've potentially landed a very lucrative trade deal. recently with the dwarven kingdoms of Ozerbau. And that takes you kind of by surprise because, like, you know that Ozerbauer is kind of seen as, like, the bad guy dwarfs. They've never really aligned to Bohemia and Terthus's kind of axis of power, which is generally focused on, like, trade with Heldis Grim, which, you know, those two factions split long ago and have been at a violent civil war for hundreds of years at this point.
Are we talking, like, dark, like, underground dwarves here? Are we talking, or, like, you know, like, are we talking Dorgar, or are we talking, like, just a different group?
It's a different group, but, like, Ozerbauer definitely does not have what you would call Terthian influence, like human influence, whereas Heldis Grim, the lines have merged between Bohemia, etc., in their, like, city building, architecture, culture. Ozerbauer feels you know, very foreign and strange in its cultural, you know, things.
Okay, where is Ozerbauer given my knowledge engineer or knowledge geography?
The far northeastern zone of Dorithia. So if you
so near Lead Island or Lead Island.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Lead Island. Yep. Yeah, it's all up in that zone.
Right. So that's interesting. I'm gonna back off of that discussion. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's interesting. I hope that goes well for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be a big deal.
I ask. Okay, so I appreciate this list. How has everything in town been? Okay. Any strange goings on? Any rumors or like
No.
I know we helped you guys out, but you know, when you help people, it's best to stay in contact with them. You know, I haven't talked to you in a long time. How is it strange?
It's been wonderful. Thank you for asking. It's been really a joy to return to a town, and it's in a growth, in a feeling of new hope. No, nothing strange at all. You all have made sure to take care of all of that. No ogres, no harm to any of our persons. In fact, we have yet to lose a single townfolk this year. Not a single person has died this year. Isn't that remarkable? Out of the 100 or so people who live in this town, not a single one has dropped dead. Not from a rock falling off a cliff.
It's a statistical anomaly.
It really is.
Yeah. And then I lean in a little bit, like I already was leaning in, but like I'm leaning in even further. And I say, how's the weather been?
It's been better. You know, we had that strange phenomenon several months ago in which the currents in the strait had just stopped to blow in the right direction. We had never seen anything like it before, and we were worried that the trade would completely halt. This was a serious problem for the Empire. If you recall, there were food shortages, but it seems like all of that has disappeared. I don't know what good fate we have received, what wrongs have been righted in the world, but yeah, no, everything's great.
All right. That's all great news. I'm so happy to hear that. And then I'll just like do some little bit of chit chat and you know, make like the natural leave, kind of be like, I don't want to take up too much of your important time.
Yes. He starts shuffling the papers. He gets like a pen out and just starts like scribbling on it. He's like, very busy, very busy.
Yeah. And I'll like, once it's a natural exit, I'll leave.
Excellent. It was great seeing you. Please send my best to Finry, Medolfir, Lanray, and Flickerwisp.
I'm gonna let all of them know, for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. It was good seeing you. Bye-bye.
Yes.
And then on the way out, I'm gonna like, while I'm walking out past those two guards, I'm gonna turn around, walk backwards, kind of do the double finger guns to the one that I kind of know, and give him like a big grin, and then turn right back around and keep walking.
Okay, great.
And then I'm gonna go to. I think I'm gonna go to Joris, because if he's seasoned, if I get him on board first, he'll be able to help with the list probably.
Yeah, great idea. All right, you find Joris in his blacksmith shop, empty. You remember last time when Medolfir went to the shop, there was a line of like things that were to be done, there's not much in the weapons business right now for whatever reason. I mean, when you're walking from the magistrate over to this place, there are literally people whistling in the street. It is Pleasantville levels of sickeningly happy in this town right now.
People are starting to have hobbies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
They're taking up crochet. Like this is like small town USA now.
Gotcha.
And yeah, you find. So
the only question is which dimension is it in, right? Like, is it in the one where everything is pleasantly evil, or is it the one where everything is pleasantly nice? All right. Max knows that he doesn't know, so he's just gonna go up to the. I mean, I imagine the anvil is like central, right?
It is. Yeah, it's right in the center of this kind of open courtyard that he has. At his house.
I begin to walk towards the anvil, and as I'm walking, I want to look to see if the furnace is even on.
The furnace is not on. There is only a single piece of weaponry that you can actually even see in this place, and it is in Joris's hand. Joris looks cleaner than you've ever seen him. He's got this blade, and he is like OCD level of sharpening it against the stone. Like just slowly, as if trying to pace the day. And he's so like bored out of his mind doing this that he hears your footsteps, which are not particularly loud, approaching. And he looks up.
I'm not trying to like hide them though. Like
yeah.
Like I'm doing the opposite of move silently. I'm shuffling my feet, making sure the dirt moves around a bit. Yeah.
He's pleased to see you, and a huge grin appears on his face.
I give him the grin back, and as I walk towards him saying, Medolfir sends his greetings, I'm going to get to the anvil and put my hand onto the top surface of that anvil.
Mm-hmm. And
what I want to do while I'm beginning the chit-chat is I'm trying to see if there's any heat coming off that anvil, right? Has it been hammered? Yeah. Has it been compressed and released enough to like even have like a warm, like a slight warmth to it?
None. It's cooler than the day. Yeah, than the air temperature around. There is no smell of coals. There's nothing that would imply this is even a blacksmith shop other than the blade in his hand right now.
Okay. And yeah, Medolfir knew this guy, right? Like he mentioned him before. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I say, good to see you again as well. And Medolfir sends his greetings. In fact, everybody in my party wanted to extend their greetings towards you. I see that looks like the Empire has moved in, huh? And I kind of I'm not smiling, but I've got that little curl at the end of the, on the edges of the lips, where I'm sort of, it's like a chagrin kind of a thing.
When I moved here after living on the sea for years, I was told there'd be adventure. I was told there'd be defense. And I didn't believe it until really your group came by and reminded me of that joy that I had once. Please tell me about your tales. I am desperate to hear. Where have you been? I heard of some sort of a crazed undead warlock lich that you all fought in Terthus at some point. And
I do tell him about that. I'm going to sit down very close. I'm going to look towards Jameson, and before I start, I'm going to be like, by the way, this is my compatriot Jameson. He's been there for a lot of these adventures that you mentioned.
Welcome.
Yeah, and, don't let him fool you. He's a powerful little guy. And I say that. I feel like Jameson is taller than Max.
Yeah, he is. He's very tall.
Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of like calling the big guy tiny,
Yeah.
But then I like pull up like a crate or like a small crate or something that's around, and I sit down next to Joris and I tell him about the lich and how I was very worried about how everything was going afterward because of the weather and everything. But I'm trying. Okay, so in my own head, I'm trying to come up with which ones of the adventures would be safe to talk about.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like, okay, so the people that were at Shatterwake are well-known group, right?
Yeah, I mean, Shatterwake is very well known, especially amongst the nautical of the world, as being kind of like an outlaw's land, and the leader of that island is, infamously known.
Yeah, I say we had a small run-in with the Shatterwake folks.
You tell them about Tight Jaw.
Is that the one we destroyed?
No, Tight Jaw is the one that killed Finry, and you guys had to get your asses out of there because he was quadruple attacking at one point.
Yeah.
He faced tanked a cannonball, dude.
Yeah.
He what?
He face tanked a cannonball.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I talk about that, but then I lean in and be like, Eurus, tell me, what kind of ships have you served on?
He gives you a list of he basically gives you a crewman's resume, ultimately leading to discussion about how he had his own frigate at one point as a mercenary crew that helped patrol the waters of the Strait, how they stopped smugglers. He leans over and he points you towards a sword and a saber on the wall, and he says, That's my saber right there, actually. I miss it, so.
As he's listing the various, vehicles and such that he's been on, I'm going to try to get a sense of what he's talking about through that engineering role. But, I'm going to...
You get the sense that he has put together a crew before.
Okay, perfect. I lean in a little bit, or I lean out. Sorry, I kind of sit back in my chair on the crate a little bit, and I say, "So you're confident enough in your knowledge of sailing that," and I pause a little bit, and then I say, "that you could extrapolate on that experience. You think?"
Oh yes.
So if you were in a unfamiliar environment.
He stopped you right there. He said, "There's not a vessel with sails that I couldn't navigate."
I need you to repeat that sentence to me in a day.
Okay.
And then I lean back in. Don't forget I told you to say that. All right, and then I pull out the sheet of paper, and I say, "There's adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to join?"
He you can see in his smile he really wants to. You don't even have to do a sense motive check. It would be a mundane check. But he's a man who understands the mercenary world. He certainly was part of it. And he goes, "And what would be our contract in this matter?" Perhaps a stake in the...
Do I have buy-in from the rest of the party that certain individuals are allowed to have stake ownership?
I don't know, Lanray, you've joined now, Midolfir. Would you have told him if you find the right NPC that sharing loot would be potentially viable?
Yeah, I don't think Lanray would have a problem with that.
Okay.
We discussed the ability to pay a crew. I would, and it may be a bit of a retcon, but the idea was to go get people that were familiar with us and we knew were at least a handful of them would be a little more seasoned adventurers. So I don't think it's a stretch to say we would have discussed certain people would get higher buy-in stakes, right? Basically.
Okay. Yeah, it's a fair statement. Okay. And Max, to this also, I'll add that your estates, after all, I assume you wish for me to take on the first mate role.
Has anybody in the group already expressed a a wish to be a first mate? Because I know that Flickerwist is the captain. There's no way we can take that away from him, right?
No, he says he's an admiral, by the way.
Oh, well, in that case, we can have a captain.
Solid argument.
No objections, right? Like,
nah, I don't.
Okay, I say yes. As a first mate would have a stake, for sure. But a first mate would also be responsible for the crew.
Strangely enough, I've been going through my head, if I were to make another mercenary ship, who from the town would I pick? And I've come to the determination that there's 20 or so folk in this town who, just like me, are itching to get on the water and leave this milquetoast existence that we've come to find.
I float that piece of paper over to him and like, is there any overlap with this list? The magistrate gave me this list.
Excellent point. As you show him the list, he starts scratching out names. No, afraid of water. No. He goes, water. Yeah. He's like, half of these just will not do. I'm pretty sure 3 of these are his nephew. And, no fault to him. He's just trying to help out here. But a few of these are well-to-do. And he circles like 4 of these names. And tells you where they can be found. And yes, they would be excellent as crew. I think if you were to approach them and tell them that you have a ship already, and it sounds like transportation to it through whatever means, and he looks at Jameson, that they would potentially take on mercenary rates, standard 2 gold a week.
Okay.
Would you like me to come with you and convince them of such?
Yes, not just to convince, but to evaluate. And here's the other thing, and it's going to sound weird, and I need you to take it at face value and question nothing about what I'm about to say. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm used to wizards.
We need to filter out those who might be afraid of heights.
What, do you have a caravel?
Don't worry about it.
Interesting.
Don't worry about it.
Well, yes, understood. We can certainly do that. And essentially, I'm going to let you at this point fast play it, where he will come with you and gather these people. If you're paying, then 2 gold a week, and he at least has 4 names right off the bat that you can gather with Jameson and return back to this day if you wish.
Okay, I mean, if those 4 people are top of his list, right?
Yeah.
Then we should go for them first.
He kind of like nudges a little bit and sets expectations. These are people who have been on boats before, but in terms of their capability in fighting or any adventure, they're not as seasoned as I am or you are, Max. I would not expect much from them in a. This isn't a warship. Right, these are crew for the ship to manage it and to operate it.
I understand that that's what we're looking for, correct, GM?
That is what you're looking for. I mean, namely, the transportation of the ship is the primary thing.
Yeah, I'll say these are going to be men or women. I'm not picky.
Yeah.
That are going to be responsible for the maintenance, upkeep, functionality of the ship.
Perfect. Understood completely. These 4 are perfect for that role, and I think I have 16 others, as many as those as you wish.
Now, a little bit meta talk. Mm-hmm. The other party that once we separated, how much time are they ahead of me?
At this point, the party will have started their rest. They're doing 1 day's worth of stuff. So last session essentially was what you're up to date with at this point.
Okay, so as of right now, we are synchronized.
Yeah, you're same daying it almost right now.
Okay, all right. So I agree with do I know if I need to go back in this first batch?
You wouldn't necessarily have to go back, although there could be usefulness for you to, help with the arcane matters of the ship. You do know that Flickerwisp was having problems with the engine, which was arcane. So, you studied that arcane engine. You could be useful if that's what he needs.
That's what I was wondering about. So here's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put more of this onto Joris and just delegate it a little bit.
Yeah.
And be like, we trust you. And
got it.
If you pick out the crew that you want, then we will be most happy. So, please, what does he say when I say that?
Yeah, he's like, understood completely. That's the first mate's role. I'm here to assist the captain. And he says, if you need to return...
Don't ever call him captain. He wants to be called admiral for some freaking reason.
Okay. And you tell him it's Flicker Wisp, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, very strange, very strange. I'm very intrigued. Here's what Will do. Go speak to these 4 and I'll come with you. Take them. Okay. It sounds like you can only take 4 at a time anyways to your destination. And, I will work towards the rest. How many total persons would you like, as well as myself, to come with you?
We need 12, right?
So 11 others.
Is that what the party decided before I left?
Yeah, that's what Flicker Wisp noted. Although, more could be beneficial to have more. That was his kind of like estimate.
So, yeah, I'm going to tell Joris 12.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm going to tell Joris the number we decided.
Okay,
but
noted.
In my own head, I want to also explore the possibility of the innkeeper and the magic shop owner.
Okay.
But I would count them as being above that 12.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. There is where we will stop that. So that's going to take you some while to obviously talk to them with Joris, explain, teleport back. With that...
I want to talk to the 2 other people before I go back so that I don't have to keep coming back and wasting a teleport slot with James.
Okay. Noted.
Is that doable?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Before
Can I just do like a couple of rolls to figure out how that goes instead of...
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I would say tell me how you are going to approach either of them, the innkeeper and the magic shop owner. Are you doing it sort of financially? Are you trying to convince them of something?
I think that the innkeeper's role, if we brought him on, would be more of like a chef and, like I said, like a maintenance of
head of the mess.
Yeah, not just the mess, but also like if there's sewing that might need to be done. That's not stuff like that, right?
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
So what are you gonna type stuff?
Are you gonna offer money to convince them? What's your approach on that?
I'm wondering if standard mercenary rates would be sufficient for that.
Okay. Roll me a diplomacy check.
Sure. One of my worst stats.
And you've already rolled high.
Okay.
Oh my god, I better not get in a fight because it's gonna all be natural ones.
I will say that in your discussion at the inn, you notice that the innkeeper's wife is always sort of, you can notice like she's listening through the walls. Vendon's wife, who you also met before, is listening through the walls, and she's like, "You better not go." And he's like, "Oh, quiet down. Let me hear the offer." And he's like, my adventuring days, I don't know. I mean, I itch for it at times, and it would be good to bring money in.
I want to get the sense motive. It's not towards the innkeeper. The sense motive is towards the wife. And I'm trying to figure out if she's actually saying don't leave because she wants in on the adventure.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, she sounds like she's genuinely doesn't want to take on the headaches of this inn/tavern by herself, potentially.
But what if she came along? That's what I'm trying to motive on. Is it just that she doesn't want to be stuck holding the responsibility back here, or could she be convinced to just be part of the ship?
I mean, you notice that this tavern is full of people right now. I'll say with that sense motive check, you can tell that this tavern is full of people, and it probably makes upwards of 5 gold a night.
Okay. I'm going to ask them, I'm going to be like, I'm not going to take your husband away. I do need his expertise, though. I'm looking right at the wife. And then I look back at the husband and I say, "Do you have an apprentice?"
He goes, no, just my wife and my son who's moved on to some of the salt mining. To hire one, I mean, you're asking a lot. I would need at least 5 gold a night on this
make
adventure.
up for the inn. Yeah.
Yes, 35 gold a week.
Here's a question: Does your son like salt mining?
He's okay with it.
Does he complain about it sometimes?
Nobody really enjoys salt mining, but it's a decent living. Yeah.
But he grew up in this environment. He knows how to run. I mean, I imagine when he was a small child, yes. Do you think, and I throw out the mercenary rate, do you think that would be enough to entice him?
I'll tell you this much. He is only making, right now, 5 silver a week.
Well,
so
I would be offering him mercenary rate, for sure, yes. I don't say mercenary. I would whatever the number is, I say.
Yeah. You promised to keep him safe on this? I think he could use a little bit of time on the open seas.
Well, I can't. I mean, you've been out there. You know that there's no such thing as promising safety. But
the ocean's a real bitch.
I mean, yeah.
Understood. But keep an eye out on him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to try to take this guy away because otherwise this inn is going to get fucked.
Yeah. Okay, noted.
I'll leave it open-ended with the possibility of I'm treating his son as possibly like a good apprentice because he was around this environment.
Yeah, okay,
But
understood. You might be able to do that. Yeah. Noted with that diplomacy check. I don't think there's a barrier to that, and it's a good lead. And then you want to tell him.
I tell him if your son is interested, reach out to Joris. He is going to be managing a lot of the personnel stuff.
Oh, I trust Joris.
Yes, he's a great man.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll leave it to that then.
Okay. And you want to still check in with the tiefling?
Yeah, please.
How are you approaching the tiefling on this matter?
I want to... Let me see here. I'm looking through my inventory real quick. I want to see the most interesting thing that I've recently picked up.
Okay. And I promise we will return to the other side of this shortly.
Sorry.
No worries.
No. Tell me.
Okay. The cloak I'm wearing, right?
Okay.
Like it's obvious, right? That cloak is an obvious thing.
Its sheen is clearly, it's the material of this thing looks otherworldly. This plainer cloak.
Yeah. I walk in and I'm just sort of doing my best to try to catch the wind to get the cloak to kind of like billow a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing anything magical, but I'm just sort of my maneuvering around the shop is designed to cause that to happen.
The shop, you notice, is completely dark except for 2 small candles that are like burned to the nub, and you're like doing these like gallant moves in the slightest amount of light, and you notice like nobody's really talking, nothing's happening, nobody's paid attention to you coming in.
Damn it, I hate that. All right.
This
must be how Flickerwisp feels all the time. But I mean, like, he's there, right?
Do you call out?
Is there just nobody in the room?
It's dark. You don't know.
Oh,
you don't have dark vision.
But I'm inside, or is
you're inside? Like, no, the shutters have been completely closed. It's very much like Goth Kid. 2 little candles in this dark, cluttered space.
So his name is not on the list in the wiki.
Yeah.
Do I remember his name?
Oh, you're gonna kill me here. I don't think I have his NPC.
What if we just do a roll and then we say I know it?
Yeah, you know it. You know his name.
Oh, no roll? Okay.
No roll. You know his name because you bought from him before.
I say, insert name here.
We're gonna go with here we go. NPC naming 101. What do you want him to be called?
Let's go with Jacob. That sounds like a good tiefling name. Jacob. Okay.
It's gonna be spelled with a K.
Obviously.
There too.
I imagine there's an apostrophe in there somewhere.
Jacob, but he goes as Jacob.
Okay, I call out for Jacob in a kind of a sing-songy way.
Okay, and like out of the darkness into this faint candlelight, the face of this like purple skinned tiefling just like appears. He's now lit like the cover of the Queen album, like just underlit face and darkness behind. And he goes, "Who is that? Max Xanthi?"
Yeah, this is Max. Hold on a second. I kind of put my finger up. I'm like, just hold on a second. And I back to like the entrance to the shop, and I do the exact same movement stream to get all the same billowing effects.
Okay. He's like rubbing the sleep out of his eyes. He's like, okay. That was interesting.
Yes, I'm here to offer you. And then I put my hands up dramatically. Great adventure!
It is too early in the morning for this. Hold on one second. You notice he like grabs indistinct like cup of something and like starts sipping on it, and he goes, "Okay."
Hold on, is it actually morning?
It is not morning. It is afternoon. This guy seems like he's on a bet, like whatever the equivalent of a tiefling bender is. This kid's on it.
And I say, "Are you on a? Did you just go on a red eye? What's happening here?"
There's not much to do in this town anymore, so I found my own entertainment in the meanwhile while it's so boring.
Okay, I back up and then I move forward again, billowing my cape, and I say, "That's why I'm offering you great adventure."
Okay, I will fast play this for the sake of expediency. Are you going to offer him anything above mercenary rate?
So, it depends on how much he wants to take on, right? If he wants to be a stakeholder, I feel like in his position, he would have to... He'd have to be responsible for, like, outfitting people with, like, even, like, regular sailors with, like, magical gear and... like enchanting stuff for the entire, like, you know what I mean, a magical port ship swing, right?
He agrees if materials are provided to him, he will do all of that at no cost, but he asks if that is sort of a contract that he, tieflings love contracts. If that is a contract that you are willing to make, he's like, "Oh, I just happen to have this standard template boilerplate mercenary for sorcery." And he's like, "What I would need is a bare minimum of 5% of all stake, and no matter what, a minimum of 20 gold a week. Whichever is greater." So thus far, you are 10% stake to the blacksmith, yours.
It's the cost of like 10 mercenaries, right?
More than that, yeah. I mean,
no, not the 5%, but the weekly.
It's more than that. I mean, it's like the whole crew almost.
20.
But then he does show you. He kind of like shows you what he can do, like a very quick performance of sorcery, and you get the sense that he is able to cast 5th level magic spells, sorcery spells. It's like, "I'm not just some bag of blood. I'll be very useful for you."
He wants 5%. And 20 a week.
20 a week.
That's a lot.
Yep.
Could we have a retcon conversation with the crew, with the rest of the party?
Yeah, you can do that.
What do you guys think? If I run into this, the sorcerer that we ran into in Gregan with the magic shop, do you guys think I should extend or entertain a stakeholder possibility for him if he was willing to outfit the entire crew and, do some magical maintenance on the ship, et cetera, enchantments that we need here and there?
I think because of the nature of the ship, because of the nature of the ship and the nature of the magics that are going to be needed for it. That, to be honest, that doesn't sound like a bad deal, actually. Right? I mean, because if we have one other magical person that just having them there alone prevents, keeps it is another is another piece that keeps the ship from crashing on us, then it's absolutely worth it, right? So that would be my opinion.
I guess the question is, what would he be having a stake in if we were to find somebody?
Well, the stake, I think, implies all treasure that we find, right? That's the stake. The mercenaries just get paid. The stakeholders get percentage of like treasures we find, basically.
Yep.
So Eurus is already in for 10%, and this guy's asking for either 5% or minimum 20 gold per week, whichever one is bigger.
Yep.
Right? But we're still on the hook for getting materials for him, which is reasonable. I mean, that's expensive, so.
Yeah, I mean, assuming we're doing this before you head out, it's kind of like, Max, use your best judgment if you think that's the right way to go.
But you guys would be open to the.
We all support it. Yeah.
Like was like case, nods, and he's like, "We need more people who know how to use this stuff."
Yes. I say, listen. I'm not against the stipulations that you're putting out here, Jacob. I'm not a contract negotiator, but the baseline of what you're talking about sounds good.
Think about it. You don't have to decide now.
Can we sort of shake hand on it, and then you can work out an actual contract with the actual sailors? Like the admiral and Eurus. You know Eurus, right? You know Eurus.
I know Eurus, yes.
Okay.
Yes. If you wish for me to come with your teleporting folk, then I'd like to have some sort of agreement in hand. Perhaps if you hand me my first month's wages, and then we can decide after the fact, regardless, as kind of a good faith deposit.
I give him 2 platinum.
Well, that would be 1 week. He's asking for 1 month, so you would have to give him 8 platinum.
8 platinum. I hand him 8 platinum.
I'll take this as my first month's wages, regardless, if we come to an agreement.
Yes, I hand him the 8 platinum, and I tell him I ask him how much time he needs to pack up.
He snaps his fingers, and a bunch of stuff just starts forming by itself. He's like, I don't know, give me about 10 minutes. The entire shop is assembling into a bag of holding right now. It's just floating and going without him touching it.
In my head, I whisper under my breath, Mary Poppins. And then I'm like, all right, talk to Eurus once you're ready. We'll get you in. I think, well, actually, if you're ready within 10 minutes, we can get you in on that first teleport cycle.
Sounds fine to me. He's literally the windows are starting to peel off and go into his bag. He's like, sounds good. I'll be ready in 10 minutes.
All right, I go stand outside the shop, but I do not look at the shop. And I'm imagining that all of the pieces of the shop slowly, each piece of it, kind of flies inward. It's imploding, I imagine.
Yeah, right? it's almost it's almost like a transformer. It's rotating, twisting, crumpling, folding on itself. The shop is turning smaller.
Yep. I am not looking at it. I'm fully looking the other way, kind of whistling, twiddling my thumb, kind of pointing finger at walkers by, saying hello, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. They're gawking behind you.
He's going to be in the first group along with anybody else that yours can get lined up for us in that time.
With 3 other regular crew. Got it. Okay. With that, understood. Now we will return back to the airship. If you guys are on the campaign landing page, I've made a new link that you can use on the local map. If you click on it, it will take you to your airship, which has now been a little bit more formalized, a little bit more clean.
Pretty.
Yes.
Cool.
Now, the location that is shown right now this is like a template location. This is generally when you guys are on the airship in like a non-geographic location. This is what it'll look like. Otherwise, you guys are still at this particular location, which is still in the Cragwild, parked on top of what can only be called as a sort of natural little pond that is formed next to these strange ruins. So this is the specific location you're at, but if anything internal to the airship is needed, you can refer back to that other one anytime you want.
Are we in the water, or are we floating over the water?
You guys decided that you would lower the ship low enough that it's just starting to touch the water, but not be in the water. I think there was some concerns about like security if things got on board.
Okay, but to someone on the ship, it looks like it might be on the water.
Yes, it doesn't specifically look. I mean, it's a big, caravel-looking ship in the middle of a tiny pond in the Cragwild. But yes, correct. Still weird, but less weird, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we land on the deck.
No, you are still back in the town in this moment.
Oh, okay. Right, cool.
So we will go to Finry, Lanray. Yes, go for it. Finry, Lanray, and Medolfir. You all had these, what could only be described as vampire spawn, clearly, surge onto the boat. You sense that there was actual vampires about, although something was weird about the vampires. Like, as you observed, one of them you knocked off the bow, Medolfir, if you remember, and it just kind of like went into the water and didn't really care. You know that to be kind of strange. And Lanray, one of the ones that you shot with an arrow and believed to be dead, as you look over to that spot over in the corner of the ship, you realize like all that's there is a faint, damp spot on the wood, and like the last little drips of water just going over the edge of the ship.
Hey, sorry, GM, a brief observation, just because of the way I remembered it. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not going completely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the ship reversed direction?
Oh Lord,
like
do I have it backwards?
The bow's at the aft, and the aft is at the bow now.
Okay, let me rotate it. That's very well could be the case, yeah.
Because and the only reason I'm saying that is because that it was like that, because the things that came over from the front of the ship, and we were on the deck.
Okay. Fair enough.
Not that it really matters, but yeah.
Yeah. And one of the vampire spawns, you remember at the very end of the session, did remain on the ship. Oh no, it came down from the ship. It came down and fell into the canopy below.
Right, but then I think Lanray saw it.
No. Yeah.
So, yeah, I will say at this moment he is no longer visible since he has gone into those woods. So, strange, not acting like vampires, but, clearly some sort of vampiric powers. What are you guys doing in this moment? You're not in battle at this moment.
So right at the end of combat, we had the one that looked to be like, the tougher leader of this group, kind of flittered off to the north past the ruins.
Kind of into a gaseous state, almost turning into a cloud.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
And my last action was because I still had animal speaking going, was to call out for with a woven call of to converge.
Yes. I need you to give me an animal handling check. DC for this is going to be kind of phased up, 15, 20, and 25. Obviously varying degrees of success here. Oh, okay. So that's how it's going to be. Nat 20. Okay. As you howl out, it almost amplifies off of the various pieces of stone in this area. You find yourself in a little bit of a valley here, so your voice extends out so far and it bounces all over. And with that check, you hear the cries of wolves returning that howl. And I will roll a 1d6. You hear 6 distinct howls returning back your call.
Okay. Again, I'm a call to impress. The need to converge danger.
Understood. It will not be immediate. The howls come from varying distances. A couple here, a couple far off. You get the sense maybe a couple not so far off. Okay. As you guys gather yourself.
Just for the sake of it, were any of the howls like, I don't know how to ask this without it sounding like I'm being meta here, but did they all sound like natural howls of wolves?
I will say with that animal handle check, you pretty much can tell, like, to finite. Like, if Varg was howling back, you'd be able to tell his howl. That's how good of an animal check you just did. You did not hear a howl that was distinct, and you felt you sensed that these were actual, true wild wolves. Like, these wolves. The Cragwild and Graydon and Bacchus are very closely tied together. The same wolves roam these lands. Those sound like the timber wolves. I use that lightly. That live in these lands.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep, like, every so often, like, kind of like answer and call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to give them a beacon to head towards.
Marco Polo.
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha. Your sleep was interrupted, Midolfir. Lanray, you never took rest, and I believe Finry never took rest. You all were just attacked by a horde. I wouldn't call it a horde, but several of these vampire spawn, and your boat is essentially a sitting duck at this point. Is anyone trying to rest?
Midolfir is not.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably look at Finry and just be like, how do we secure the area here beyond what we just can do naturally?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I would ask Flickerwisp too, if Flickerwisp is around.
Yeah. He's like, do we have any holy water? And you don't. And he goes, okay, no good there. Do we have any silver? Who has silver? Everybody gather all your silver weapons. Who has silver?
I pull my silver dagger out.
Okay, good.
We have
Yeah, I also have a silver dagger.
No,
okay,
we have
okay.
some. I think we have at least one application, if not more, and it may be in Max's bag of holding.
Of Quicksilver. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the stuff that we can apply to silver.
I will say in
Silver Sheen.
Yeah, in this moment, I will say that Max probably took, since he was the smaller of the groups, probably took that.
Yeah, I mean, it's in his bag after all. So
yeah.
I'm trying to account for everything.
Noted. And Finry does note that he has, I believe, also a silver item. He doesn't, but he has a magical item. He's like, magic items also good.
I also have a silver great axe.
Excellent. And do we have any garlic on this ship? And Flickerwisp kind of like runs down to the mess, looks through various storage. He's like, these freaking gnomes and their distaste of flavorful food. No, there's no garlic on this ship. He's like self-hating as a gnome. He's like, these are not my gnomes. Back home, we have compote of garlic. It is delicious.
always got a container of confit ready to go.
Exactly. Just we make jam out of it. It is lovely, and guess what? No vampires. None. Zero. They don't come near us. Added benefit. So he's like, well, that would have helped. And nobody here can cast any kind of protection from evil. So no, we don't have a way of protecting the ship other than these.
So
Mm-hmm.
when my brethren converge, we'll at least have warning on the grounds.
Oh, is that what you were doing, Midolfir? Okay, yeah, that could help.
I'm trying to call them here and be like, kind of pack protection mentality.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, wolves and vampires, classic.
Of course.
He said, yeah, no, I think that's a great idea to throw, filthy wolves as meat fodder towards them. Maybe it'll get them to go away. Just here's some wolves to satiate you. And then he kind of like makes like a pushing motion with his hands. That's what you mean, right?
No. But yes, but also yes.
As Admiral of the ship, I command you all to stay up all night and protect me.
I just look at him. I'm like, sure.
Excellent. He points to his wand of fireball and his wand of scorching ray, and he goes, I hate to break it to you guys, but I am down to one final charge of my fireball, and I have no more scorching ray.
Can't you plug it in to recharge it?
I wish I could. could.
It's solar, isn't it?
You're not there. Yeah, he's like,
my voice's in Flicker's head, though.
Right.
Terrible dad joke. I hear you, Max, wherever you are. So yeah, he's like, I would need lots of time and lots of materials to get this fixed up. It was very expensive. Let's just say my eyes were bigger than my wallet when I made this wand originally. And I don't know if I told you guys this, but it actually cost like almost 30,000 gold, and it basically would cost that to replace now. And it's super fun to use. I really love it, like more than you guys actually. I love my wand of fireball more than anything. But yeah, I don't have that kind of gold or materials anymore. They don't pay me enough here.
Not yet.
Right. So protect me, because other than that, I'm not very good about not dying. Midolfir, you're in charge of that. And then he walks away.
I'd be like, well, you haven't died yet, so.
Yep.
And then look over sheepishly to Finry and just kind of be like, maybe that was the wrong thing to say.
Yep. Definitely a danger from within, especially in that last battle. I mean, you got overtaken for a moment there, didn't you?
Listen, why do we got to bring up old shit?
He like remembers that as well. He's like, you almost killed me actually one time. I better cast some spells. And he casts like various spells that buff him for the next several hours. Magic vestment and such. Okay. He returns back to the engine room to try to figure things out. The three of you, I mean, you're waiting around for Max and Jameson to return with hopefully some crew, but you know you're going to be stuck here for at least 3 more sleeps.
I am like Midolfir right now is just kind of watching over the edge waiting on the wolves to, any wolves to show up in the local area. And kind of, I think the idea is when I do, I'm going to I'm gonna slide down the rope and get on the ground and
Okay.
like, interact with them and try to emote to them, you know, what's going on. Like,
okay. Finri kind of like waits for this. Lander, are you just watching Midolfir calling to the wolves as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just generally keeping an eye in the area and patrolling.
Gotcha. Over some period of time, couple of hours, a pair of wolves, very similar in look to Varg, although with a little bit of a more brownish tint to them, appear just at this kind of tree line here. I will draw kind of their general location. You see them over here. Two distinct wolf eyes in the little bit of like dark vision edge that you can see here. You see them. Yeah. Are you going to call out to them?
kind of yip out to them, yeah.
Give me a sense motive. I'll allow you to use it in your animal sense since you obviously have a tie to wolves.
Terrible roll inbound. Oh.
No, pretty good. You get the sense that they are, you wouldn't say nervous, but like suspicious of this open area here. Like, for whatever reason, they've just stayed at the tree line where they feel safer. Are you still planning on going down and trying to?
Yeah. I'm gonna go down them? And I'm gonna go down and in, you know, with the way that I learned as a youth, you know, approach them, you know, wolf-like, right, in a manner that I know wolves will not recognize as a threatening approach.
Okay.
And trying to like make wolf, like, you know, yip sounds as I'm closing in, not necessarily.
Okay. As you start sliding down the rope, hold right there. Finri is like calling out. He's like trying to be like, Midolfir, just stay on the boat. The wolves can just patrol around the boat, and you're starting to head down the rope. Landry, are you saying anything to Midolfir about climbing down the rope? You going with him?
I'll ask him. Do you want me to come with you?
Just watch from above. They won't approach anyone other than me, and they may not even approach me. I need them to know that I'm the source of the call.
Okay. As you approach, you get closer and closer. You notice that they're like a little bit like whiny sounding. That high pitch kind of like almost like a dog's whine. For a moment, they don't seem ferocious at all because of it. But these are quite large wolves that you see. I mean, I'll show them on the screen. They are full-sized wolves. You approach cautiously.
Yeah, and
okay. Roll me a 1d20.
I was gonna say, okay. Wait, what would be the? I know you're saying roll a 1d20, but what about handle animal? Yes.
I'm still holding your 31, which is nat 20, if I remember correctly. So
okay,
yeah. Okay, another nat 20. As you approach, you get the sense that the wolves' attention is not on you. Their fangs start to show, and
turn around and splash in the air behind me.
All right. I will say that what was about to happen was going to be an ambush of 3 spawn appearing behind you. One is going to be back further, not directly next to you. One is close, but not next to you. And this one was the one that would have snuck attack you, if not for you sort of sensing this moment.
Oh my God, fuck again. All right.
Terrible roll, but you are also not caught off guard. In this moment, we will once again roll initiative. So go ahead and roll initiative, everybody.
as I turn around and
yep.
as I turn around and make the swipe, I'm gonna wolf growl like a wolf signal to attack.
Okay.
Do you want me to pre-roll initiative so when I jump in at some point I already have it, or wait?
I'm going to say wait. If you were to jump in, you would naturally fall on that round to the lowest initiative, just in terms of gathering. Like you're going to appear on the bow of the ship, not in line sight of this. So,
okay,
yeah. Okay. With that, Finray's like, God damn it, Midolfir, I told you don't go on the ground when vampires are around. I hate vampires. And he's like looking around for something. He's like, fine. And he takes out his crossbow and fires one shot of the crossbow because he wasn't prepared to fire it. He's like, I'm not going to come down. I'm not going to come down. And it is a dual crossbow, at least two-hand crossbow. Okay. And then he's like, God damn it, I forgot these bolts are not silver. And he just like throws them on the ground. He's like, that's useless. And yeah, they don't do anything to the spawn with that damage. And you get the sense he kind of moves to the edge and is like preparing to slide down the rope next turn. That is his turn. Landray, what do you got?
I mean, do I have line of sight on these guys?
Definitely this one and this one. I'll say this one, there's a 50% chance you might miss because of just the amount of tree coverage from the angle on top of the ship to him.
Right, but I can see I can see this one, for example.
Yep, for sure. And the one next to Midolfir.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll fire a couple arrows at them.
Okay. Go for it. You have your full turn ahead of you. I will go ahead and roll these wolves' initiatives as well.
Okay. These aren't favored enemies, right?
No. You have, I think, aberrations and what? You have another favored enemy, right?
Yeah, it's not listed in my thing. I forget. I keep forgetting what it is. I think I put it in the chat. I'll look it up, but I think you're right. It's not either of these guys.
Yeah, I'll look it up. While you're doing that, I'll look it up.
Yeah, and I'll use rapid shot for this.
Okay. Let's see. It says elemental was the last one that you added.
Yep. That sounds
I'll
right.
add that in. Yeah, I'll add that in. Okay. With that, so you're firing at the one directly down below?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. So that is definitely going to hit. All four of those are going to hit. So that is, and it's a magical longbow. So 9, 15, 21, 23 points of damage as these arrows just like boom, boom, boom in succession smack into him. You can tell like his body feels almost pinned to the ground. It's been struck so many times, but he is still alive, or whatever the equivalent of alive is to a vampire spawn. 5-foot movement, quick action.
I'll just get a better view. I guess if I can get closer to the edge of the ship, I will. But
you can do that. Yeah, actually, I should have probably retconned that you had to do that before. So either way, it comes out the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
This wolf is the one that is currently closest to Midolfir's initiative and above it. So I'm going to put him directly behind you, Midolfir. You guys technically have the same initiative right now. So he's like looking to you as to what to do. So you are next. What are you doing?
So so the growl that I made when I swiped was like a growl of attack, right? And facing towards those two. So I'm hoping body language communicates, the threat right in front of me, right?
Okay, yeah.
So if that's enough, right? Then hopefully the pack mentality is that, hey, that's attack that. Like I'm trying to approach this like being the alpha, calling the shot on the field, right?
Okay. Yeah, understood. Okay, and what else are you doing with your turn?
So I'm gonna 5-foot step here.
Okay.
I'm gonna full attack this one.
The one to your left right here?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Let's go for it. Depending on how it comes out, I will say you can redirect your attack. Oh, we got smacked around there. Okay. Let's start with the 21. That does strike. It is a magical weapon, so it goes through any kind of damage reduction. The second strike also does hit, and it is enough that this thing collapses in front of you. Now, as it collapses, you notice one thing. It's starting to perspire. And its body is looking bubbly. Do you continue to strike it? It looks to be completely disabled at this point. It is not really conscious in a way where it seems to be a threat to you.
It's undead, isn't it?
It is an undead type, you believe, yes.
Undead, when they hit 0, they destroy.
Vampires are a little funky in that way, if you look at vampire template. But yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
If it drops, right, I'm using that as a cue to direct the last attack to the other.
Okay. Got it. So it is not a threat to you in this moment anyways. So you're going to redirect. Okay. And then that would mean that the 28 does strike. They are not susceptible to criticals, unfortunately. So just the 23 damage. I'll tell you the 15 wouldn't have confirmed anyways.
Okay.
This one is still upright and still a threat to you.
And I'm yip growling at all at the same time. So I'm like, anything standing, is attack. Anything around me.
Gotcha. In this proximity, you also notice one thing about these two that you just struck. They are gnomes. They're undead spawn gnomes, clearly from this land. Whether they were taken by a larger vampire form, unclear, but you believe that potentially to be the case. Okay. Good. Yes, so this one is literally turning into some sort of water in front of you. But this one is still standing. That is the end of your turn. The wolf that is in sync with you now understands and is going to charge right at this one and try to bite as it swipes across it. It's going to do a leap and bite attack here. I'm going to give it high ground because of its leap. Not flanking in that position, and this will get a bonus. Okay. All right, with that, 22 will strike. Now, the 5 damage does not harm this thing. Its damage reduction is enough that unfortunately was not enough harm. But you do notice that it was at its upper threshold. It seems like the teeth would have gone in had it not been just a little bit more.
And then I'm going to ask this because I know it's about wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Since the attack connected, doesn't he get the ability to make a trip attack?
Yeah, I'll say the damage reduction doesn't affect that. So yes, I will say that there's a trip attack component of this. So that is a grapple that he does, I believe, to test the trip. Like it's basically trying to take him prone. It's probably not going to work, but I'll test it here. It's got a decent chance.
Oh, no.
Nope, not with that. Yep, auto success. So nope, he is standing upright as it's like instinctively just swipes away at the wolf. That is the wolf's turn. This one is going to now attack you. And you get the sense there are more movements back towards the ruins outside of your vision beyond 60 feet at this point. Landray, I would say that you also get that sense as you are up above. Like these are not the only 3 that are out here.
I'm just gonna shout out, more in the clearing.
Okay, noted. This one is going to do a full-on attack on you. 12's probably not enough to hit you, though.
It does not.
No, it cannot use its fun stuff, which is a shame. Let me just check one thing. Yeah, pretty much all the fun stuff it needs to make contact with you to do. So, okay, noted. That is his turn. He is going to just kind of shuffle over to this point, away from the 2 of you, and that is its turn. This one fully disappears into water on the ground. You see the water spilling out into these kinds of rough stairs down the terrain as it quickly moves. This water is moving too fast to be a natural movement. And before you know it, like all that is left is damp soil in front of you. Are you doing anything with that, Midolfir?
There's no action I can take against it.
Yeah. That you know of, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I don't have like a reaction to like poke my sword into the ground or anything. If I do, then I'm going to try and just strike at the damp areas. It's like
okay, yeah. You attempt to strike it. Hold 1 second. Yes.
Oh, I guess that would be an attack of opportunity if he's going out that, past 5, if it's going like more than 5 foot away. So I guess I could play it that way, but yeah, that's your call.
Hold 1 second. Okay. Yes, you can certainly strike at it. Go ahead and give me an attack.
Oh, Jesus.
As you strike down, the water almost just like ignores your strike at the ground as it just continues to flow, and eventually you do not even see like the flow of water anymore. Out of the mess and galley comes out Flickwisp, and he's like, what is this noise? Why am I hearing screaming? Everyone is supposed to be protecting me. Why is Midolfir on the ground again?
I just say because we are protecting you.
I feel like I'm protecting him, and he starts going through his bag trying to find anything to be useful here.
I'm gonna call out. They flow away like water.
Okay, interesting. Now, if you were closer to me, Midolfir, I could enlarge you, but you are very far away, and I cannot do that. So good luck. And he walks over to like Landray and Finry and just goes, if you need anything, I'm here. And we'll hold turn behind them for their next turn. This vampire spawn that Landray struck is going to go straight for Midolfir. He's going to attack. This is with flanking now.
Can't be flanked.
You can't be flanked. Good point. Okay, so that's not going to hit either way, so it doesn't matter. Man, they're rolling like complete and utter shit. A 2. Okay, that is its turn. This other wolf, now understanding, is going to also make a charge attack at the one that Medolfir is mostly in battle with. And it does get some bonuses from that kind of charge move. Oh, once again, though, even if it had struck, it's not enough to bypass the damage reduction. He ends up on the other side of him. And that is his turn. So a little bit of a détente back to the top. Oh, where's Finry here? Finry's at the top. Okay. Okay, so Finry's like, okay, I don't need anything, Flicker Wisp. I'm going to go help Medolfir now. And he starts sliding down the rope. I'm going to do a climb check to see if he can do that instantaneously, essentially, and just kind of avoid harm. I think he's dexterous enough that that 10 is basically the DC where he reaches the ground without actually hurting himself. And with the rest of his turn, he is just going to get himself positioned here for next turn. Lanraid, it's your turn.
So, I mean, I assume this guy is still well within range and alive, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm just going to do a follow-up and try to help from the air. So.
Okay.
Oh, that's something. Oh, that's
All right. Nice. Okay. The 27 is enough, and this one is taken down to a disabled state. You notice his skin also starts to turn into liquid. Are you continuing to fire at that liquid, or are you firing the rest of your arrows towards a different candidate?
I would fire to the other guy. Yeah.
Okay. The 37 will strike. They are immune to crits, however, so it's only for 2 damage. That 24 hits. And with that 24, you also notice the one next to Medolfir starts bubbling into almost like a liquid form. And that last arrow just goes through that liquid form, seemingly not doing any harm whatsoever.
Got it.
With that, Medolfir, before you go, hold please. Please hold. Okay. Sorry, I had to type it in. All right. So out from the trees comes another spawn rushing towards Finry and attempting to attack. These things are like popping out from the underbrush in this area. 14.
But only because of the way you moved that token, would this wolf have gotten an attack of opportunity on him? Because you crossed him in that square right here.
Yeah, I will say that was the direction.
Oh,
okay.
You got a point of damage.
He did get a point of damage on the guy. Yes, it went through. Good Wolfie. However,
try to trip.
Yeah, you can try to trip. Try to grab that spawn arm.
Oh, you rolled the same roll.
Yeah, let's see. What are the chances of that? Yep, not today.
Almost at him, though.
Almost. So with that slam attack against Finry, that is not going to strike. These guys continue to roll like crap. So Medolfir, that is. Oh, he should have actually been before Lin, right? Noted. It's interesting. You could have redirected. Landry, I will say I will give you some fairness here. You would have seen this guy because I messed up his initiative order. You would have seen this guy with that final 19 if you wanted to redirect your fourth arrow. Would you have done that, or would you have struck at the guy turning into water?
I probably would not have struck the guy turning into water. So
okay, I will fairly attribute that then. So yeah, that arrow would have struck him. Okay, now Medolfir, it is your turn.
Okay, this one is puddled. Was this one also puddled?
Yes.
Need to be able to move 10 feet. Okay, that would be 15. 10 feet in a straight line. Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to do a jump attack.
Okay.
That'll be my jump movement, which I can move through terrain with that. So I would imagine that means I can jump over the wolf friend there to make that line of travel proper, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Because it's a jump attack, it's not a charge, right?
Yep.
It is it's based on the charge mechanic, but it is a
yes. Jump. I'll say that this will apply for 10 feet of movement with your jump, as long as you make a jump check that allows you to do a standing jump of 10 feet. That is enough to do 10-foot jump. I'm going to double check from a standing position. I believe the DC doubles, but let me double check that. Jump, long jump without the run is a double. So you needed a 20, which you still hit. Yeah, so you're good. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this is a single attack.
Medolfir is like a graceful ballet dancer, you know, in the Bolshoi, just like twinkle toesing, jump from standstill.
Which means that if this connects, damage is triple.
Okay, noted. Okay, yeah, that's gonna connect, but you did shit rolls on the damage itself. So is that tripling already factored in?
No. Remember, we looked at that before.
You're right. Okay. So base attack bonus. Are you sure base attack bonus? Yeah, you're right.
11?
Yep.
What is my base attack? 12.
12, yeah. Okay. Yes. As you strike down on this one, it explodes into a splatter of water.
Is it moving quickly? Like the others, like it's slithering away?
Like almost immediately, it's like the movement of Mercury, yes. Even before it actually moves, you can tell that it's like congealing and moving.
I tell it, Finry, try to attack at the water. It moves away too fast for flowing water.
Okay. You call that out.
Can we change the token names for all these vampires to Bruce Lee? Because they move like water.
Indeed.
And if this one does more than 5 feet away from me, I'm going to attack of opportunity.
Okay, noted. Before you go, the wolf is just going to instinctively like snap at it. And even if it were to connect, like you could tell, like whatever flows into the bite of this wolf as it snaps down on this flowing water, it just spills right out. It's the strangest thing. Out of the woods, once again, comes yet another one.
Can I do a quick listen check to kind of like quantify through the amount of noise, like just try to estimate like how many individual shuffles there are?
Yeah, you could definitely do that. And Flickerwist from on top, who is extremely bad at spotting, is like, and listening is like, I wish I could tell you what's happening out there, but they seem to be coming a lot. Are you guys okay? Maybe you should come back up. Somebody come protect me. Madolfir, you get the sense that the tree landscape around you has hordes, potentially, of these things. They're very easy to kill. They don't have individual amounts of harm, but if 5 or 6 of them surrounded you, it could be dangerous. And that is your sense that, like, there are many of these.
The
tree line is alive.
I'm gonna holler out to Fenry, climb back on the ship, and start running that way, and then doing my best, like wolf command, like from my memory, for them to not like flee the area, but get to safety.
Okay, noted.
Because I mean, they can't climb a rope, so.
Yep. This one is fully in the water state, completely disappears from view, turns into just a damp spot and gone. This wolf is going to instinctively bite down on the one next to it. It does nothing. Back to the top of the order, Finry is going to heed your advice, and regardless of an attack of opportunity, actually, he can use his ability here. So as his feat, well, it's not quite a feat, it's like a stance, he is going to use his... Boy, where is that? He has an ability to just kind of like bounce out.
I think it's an item, isn't it? The Chrono Charm or whatever?
Yeah, it might be the Chrono Charm, you're right. I thought, no, he has a way of bamfing also.
Yeah, I think it is an ability that he can actually, like, I don't know, like, take no action on a round to recharge. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, with his stances, he, like, basically recharges them once he is able to. But I'm not seeing that. Let me see.
It's the artificer thing, isn't it? No?
No, this is for Finry.
Oh, okay.
Boy, he's got a tricky one. I'll go ahead and use the Chrono Charm as his way of doing it as a swift action. Since it doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, he's going to go ahead and get back to the rope. As part of it, he's going to go ahead and start climbing the rope. Skill check on climb. It's not that good of a climber.
So you're saying the water, the liquid form of these would be able to do an attack of opportunity?
No, it didn't seem like it. No. Okay. But this one is still alive right here.
I don't see one right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I left him hidden. He was the one that attacked Finry last round, yeah. With that 15, he is able to make movement up that enough that by the time he is up, this gnome-sized vampire spawn no longer has an attack of opportunity. He's going to continue his climb up, and I will say in his round with that check, he will be very close to the bow top. That is his turn. Vampire spawn is fully turned into water and disappears. Very strange occurrences. Lanray, you look down and see another one here, and many more shuffling around in the moonlight in the woods. If you give me a spot check, I'll tell you more about how many you can spot since you have low light vision. Yeah, that'll do. You know that there are at least a dozen figures that you see, gnomish small figures emerging around these ruins in various spots at this time. And you get the sense that is not the end of potentially the gathering of these things.
Do I have a sense of like where they are? Because my thought is I want to probably try to shoot like an arrow of entangle to slow them down.
Yeah, I'll absolutely add them. I'm going to start treating them more like swarm tactics here, but you see 2 there. You see 1 there, right there. You see 1 here. You see 3 emerging along this path. You see 1 down at this edge of the boat. You see some back where the wolves emerged. And there's 1 more here. Next to this one closest to the bow. So yes, there are many of them.
Got it. I mean, I would probably want to fire at least 1 arrow like around here and 1 arrow around here just to try to slow them down.
Okay. Yeah, and you're not focused on this one right here that's right next to the boat, next to the rope?
Yeah, no, I'm not particularly concerned about that one, just because I know Madolfir is probably okay on its own.
Okay. Go ahead and fire off towards these 2 if you want. This is perfect for the ranger. You're like picking them off. I think it's just outside of your point blank, if that's what you're testing.
Yeah.
Oh, are you just doing 1 arrow?
Well, I wanted to do like 1 here and 1 here.
Are you targeting an actual person or?
No, I was trying to target an area for. Area
okay.
Effect,
sure, yeah, you could definitely target. You struck exactly where you wanted right here. What is that area effect that you're going to use?
Just entangle.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing in the vampire template that stops that, so that will take into effect. Can you read the text of the entangle? I believe it is like a shortened amount of space.
Yeah, it's 40-foot radius.
Okay, thank you.
1 minute per level.
Yep. Wow, that's pretty big. 40-foot radius is going to encompass. I assume you wanted to avoid Madolfir.
I did.
Okay, there's still a path for Madolfir. Okay, go ahead and fire off the second one you want to use, or do you want to use the second one?
I do. I just gotta get my estimate. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. Let's just hope I'm successful.
Okay. Yeah, I'll delete it if you're not. Yeah, it's above 30. Certainly, you hit the spot you want. So yeah, you're able to cast this. This zone here now is terrain that is grappling each one of these. I'm going to say as a swarm tactic, I'm going to treat all of them as 1 roll. Just because there's so many of them, we'd be here rolling all day. Yep. Yeah, that worked. So that is your turn. Madolfir, you sense the actual roots and trees starting to grow out like vines around you, but there is this little narrow, like the sea has parted path towards the spawn that's in front of you and the rope, if you wish. But the wolves are down here.
Like I said, I'm going to try my best to call out the command for them to disperse.
Okay. Give me a handle animal check.
Okay.
I'll say that this is If you are moving, I'll say you can do this simultaneously with that. Okay. Noted.
I am gonna move. I'm actually okay. Hold on. So maybe retcon that as a action. What I wanted to do was move as an overrun. We'll do an overrun against them.
The lesser used overrun in 3.5. So there will still be a attack of opportunity against you potentially.
Yeah, but the way I'm reading this, that doesn't cancel it. It's an attack of opportunity. opportunity.
It is. Yeah, that's all. So
Okay.
unless he like physically stops you because of that attack, that's all it is. That's not going to hit a 15.
It doesn't
Okay.
hit me now. It would
So
have
now-
probably hit me before.
Yeah, he's not going to try to avoid you. He's too brain dead to do that. So
Opposed strength check.
Yep, opposed strength check. He is one size smaller, so you get a +4. Oh, that's going to be super easy for you to beat. This is, yeah, he's a little gnomish, frail, undead being. So yes.
If you succeed in knocking your opponent prone, which is the outcome of that, you
Yep.
can continue your movement as normal. And my movement was to run through him to the rope and start climbing with as much movement as I have left, which I'm 20 foot to get to where the rope is. So
Yeah. I think you can do a climb check to see how quickly you can climb up this rope. And you might just be right behind Finray, basically. Right now you're at 0 elevation. Yep, that's enough to move at full speed up. You have no issues. You're not full speed, sorry, but the full climb speed up. You are just behind Finray, 10 feet off the ground, underneath him.
Right.
I won't stack you guys. I'll just put you right here, but you are underneath Finray. Okay. And I'll say since you're moving, you are able to call out to the wolves, and a 15 was the DC for them to kind of disperse.
I rolled low on that check.
This one takes off towards the creek line, out of vision, and that is its turn. The vampire spawn here is fully turning into water. It doesn't seem like the entangle is stopping them from turning into water. And disappears. And with that, Flickerwisp is like calling out, climb faster, climb faster. I'm going to give you all spider climb next time. Do not go down there without me. And this wolf also disappears into the southern tree line without going through the entangle.
As he's being cheeky, like I'm telling him, how about you climb the ship? Get it off the ground.
But don't fear, if we climb up and the engine fails because we don't know how to operate it yet, we could crash into the ground. Remember, we're trying to keep it close to the water.
Then at least watch the bow to see if these things are trying to climb up the ship. Everybody grab a side. Watch.
Okay. He kind of agrees with that. You notice that these things are slowed enough, and the fact that you guys are up on the boat, they don't seem like you wait a few moments. I'm going to go ahead and take you back out of initiative. As you wait around and try to figure out what's going on, they slowly seem to return into the tree lines, get more cover. It's hard to see them at all, but the entangle is in effect. How long does that last, Lanray? Minutes?
Yeah, it's 1 minute per level.
Thank you. Okay. So yeah, I mean, in terms of initiative length, they don't seem to be attacking in this moment. In this moment also, Max, it is late enough at night that you guys have spoken to everybody you need to speak to for the day, and you and Jameson return with a tiefling and 3 rugged-looking townfolk who potentially have a history in nautical care, appearing on the bow of the ship and seeing a bloodied up group between Finray and Lanray, at least. Did you blindfold any of these people, Max, before doing this?
I mean, it's a teleport. What's the point of blindfolding them?
Yeah. I mean, you told them you were going to teleport them, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I would ask if any of them have any visual impairments that would cause them to vomit, if vertigo or any that sort of stuff, right? Because the teleportation itself can be
disorienting.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
But that would be the only reason.
No blindfolds then. Understood. As you all appear on the bow of the ship, the three normal sort of human crew are like, they're wide-eyed and like looking at the ship, looking at the sails. This doesn't look like any ship they've ever seen. The tiefling immediately spots the fact that you are in a forest on a ship, and the ship is unusually high off the ground. And he's like, well, this is different than I thought it would be.
I told you, adventure. And I raise my hands like I did at the shop.
Yeah. You note that Flickerwisp is like casting Spider Climb on Finry and Medolfir at this point. And he's like, Landray, I know that you will be a good boy and stay on the ship like Admiral tells you.
And I just nod at him. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I go up to them and see how, like, I want to see if Landray and Finray are beat up.
Landray and Finry appear to be beat up. Landray, you can speak for yourself.
Yeah, it's been an interesting few hours, so I'm definitely hurting.
If there's time, I'm gonna go up to them and cast some curing on them.
Okay, yeah. There's definitely time, and I would say in this moment they're recanting what they saw. Finry is specifically whispering it to you. He's like, don't want to freak out the greenhorns here, but yeah. We got like a vampire infestation happening here.
Okay, I'm gonna cast. The first one is gonna be on Landray.
Okay.
And the second one is gonna be on Finray. That might have worked out well because I think Finray is more beat up than Landray, but
so Landray, you get 10 back. Finry gets 17. Yeah, I mean, Finry is close to full, but not completely full. He's 6 short. I don't know, Landray, how much you're short?
I'm now 12 short.
Okay. While you're doing
another light wound on Landray.
Yeah. Medolfir, as Max is fixing up the others, I assume you're not really necessarily calling out for any cures at this moment.
No, but I am pulling the rope up.
Okay, yep, you pull up the rope. The rest of the new crew is like looking over. They followed Max over to the edge here, climbing up. Now they are seeing over the bow and noticing that the ship is not in water and floating. Landry, go ahead and add that 9 to you.
I'm gonna, as soon as I finish, you're welcome. And as soon as I finish that casting, I turn around like on my heel towards the three, because I imagine the tiefling is not freaked out. He's questioning things, but he's like, fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, the tiefling noticed that you all were a little bloodied, and he's like, all right. And he's got his hand already, like, readied at his side. He's like, so, catch me up here. Are we still fighting something, or are we all done here?
They're on the bridge, or not the bridge, but the deck, right? Like the front.
Yeah, they've come around to the thin little strip of like movement space that's on the deck on the north side here. There is a little bit of walking space along there, and they're just like, they absolutely know that this boat is floating right now in a forest.
Yeah, Max kind of pulls the three sailors, right?
Yeah.
Kind of off to the side. It's like, all right, so, yeah, you don't recognize this ship, do you?
I've never seen a ship like this.
I'm going to fast play convincing them that everything's fine. This is brand new technology. They're on the cutting edge, and they're going to be able to take this experience and expand their career forward, even beyond this adventure.
One of them kind of like says to the other, and you easily hear it like We should have asked for more. This seems weird. And the other one's like, well, we'll have stories to tell at least. Gold is gold. Where do you want us to put our stuff?
I point to the stairs and I say, don't take too long. We're going to need some of you, your hands up here to follow the Admiral's orders. And I point to Flickerwisp.
Yeah, Flickerwisp strolls over, has like numerous papers. I'm going to need your W-9s. I'm going to need all of these forms. There's some security tapes that we need you to watch, just basic security knowledge, operational things so that I don't die. Welcome aboard. This is our airship, mine, not yours, but you will get paid. And okay, go in there now. And he pushes them in and starts directing them. He's taking care with the tiefling. He's like, I remember you. You're Jacob, right? And the tiefling goes, yes. Quite the ship you have here, Admiral. And Flickerwisp is like, let me show you some things. And looks at Max and goes, I'm going to walk our friend through here. I think he's a little bit more useful potentially in the engine room with me.
Yeah, for now. I might have ideas for him later, but yeah. See if we can get things accelerated a bit. Thanks.
Okay. So, as session is getting a little long in the tooth here, you guys are stuck still for a couple more nights. There are spawn, supposedly of an actual vampire. The vampire didn't seem to come out this time. And there is seemingly a horde amount of them. Let's say enough that in any given battle, they're just going to keep coming.
Are we fully, we cannot lift the ship up?
Flickerwisp can lift it up. Flickerwisp, out of precaution, is like, well, I'm balancing the idea that if it starts failing again, which he has, essentially you're going to roll a 1d100 each day that it is floating up, and there's a likelihood, I wouldn't say it's a high probability, but enough that it could suddenly shut down, and every 10-20 feet could cause irreparable damage potentially to things. So like 10 more feet up, you could probably do and shut things down in a way where it's kind of like that. Right now you're like balanced in a way with just the sail weight that's able to be carried and this little bit of buoyant force at the bow. Anything else you would actually have to have kind of like an operational arcane force driving the engines. So at this like 20-foot height, you're good. No failure chance. Anything higher and the failure chance has to become a roll. Okay.
And at least the big vampire guy is airborne.
Yeah, if there's only one of them, yeah. I will say, give me some knowledge. If you have knowledge engineering or not knowledge engineering, dungeoneering or knowledge,
undead
local
religion, right?
Yep, religion, local, or dungeoneering would be applicable for 3 different reasons. So if anybody has those skills, you may roll whichever you wish. Okay, religion. Oh, Max is going to do all 3. Okay.
But only has one in its nature.
Maneuver, go ahead and give me knowledge nature also. I'll say for a different reason.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. This is 2 outside of Gravendur and Bacchus for your knowledge set. You've heard of such things living out in the Cragwild, but yeah, that's about it. Max. With the religion checks, you regurgitate essentially the known knowledge of vampires. Garlic, holy water. You do know that like potentially the only way to fully kill a true vampire is to sever its head, to drive a stake through it, to also, I believe, to kill it in its like resting place before it's able to get its health back. But otherwise, essentially, like they just keep coming back. You can't kill them by standard means.
That applies to the spawn and the full vampire, or is that just for the full vampire?
Maybe. I mean, spawn are tricky, and these ones are acting way different from what Modolfir and Landray and Finray recant to you. Like turning into water. Vampires are afraid of water. That part seems odd. And the fact that they're kind of rejoining the natural water body, it's unclear what that meant. Potentially, they are more susceptible. You know that vampire spawn don't have all of the capabilities of a true master vampire, but maybe the water has something to do with something in between. If you had rolled higher on the religion check, maybe you could discern more. The dungeoneering check tells you that there must be some den, the equivalent of like a coven or a place where this is its lair, whatever vampire is controlling these spawn, in this region. And, if you were to strike down the vampire there, you would have a chance to end the horde. Otherwise, you're going to have to negotiate this horde until you can get this ship moving. Flickerwitz is like, okay, if it comes down to it and we only have, say, these guys, I guess we can lift off and just kind of roll the dice. It's a better chance than we had yesterday when we almost died, crashing it into the countryside here.
How long
when he says that, I'm like, don't say that so loud. We have new people.
They can't hear me. They're down below eating all of our food. I gave them so many forms. They're going to be busy for hours.
Do we know how long it's going to take for Voris or whatever to Joris to gather the rest of the people?
No, I mean, the people he named out are going to be willing to join him. It's pretty much just logistics of teleporting that are going to be the constraint. So, like, just like today, you're going to be able to hire people, and they want to get the hell out of Pleasantville. Especially for 2 gold a week. That's a lot of money for baseline, people who are just town folk doing hard labor. So yeah, I mean, like if you return back to yours, you'll get 4 more people probably tomorrow.
But Darius has to cast that because his staff is starting to get low on charges or something?
Yes. Yeah. Essentially, he only has a maximum number of uses per day with that staff.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Okay. And it's Jameson who has that staff, not Darius.
I'm sorry.
Darius is not here.
I met Jameson.
So, is there any strategy I need to know of as we close up session of how you will get through this night together and subsequent nights when Max will have to... I mean, you also know, Max, from that religion check that vampires don't like coming into natural daylight. So, theoretically, daytime will be a little bit safer.
Modolfir's going to talk, also ask Flickerwisp after he's had a chance to talk with, I forget the guy's name, the tiefling.
Jacob.
To see if... Jacob. That's right, Jacob. To see if Jacob, with Jacob's abilities coupled with his, if it increases the odds of any detrimental triggers if you're going to move the boat.
Yeah, I'll say the largest leap that you guys made in this crew group that you brought in right now is the fact that one of them is arcane and can assist with the engine component. And that's going to lift your percent chance of success by 20% out of 100%, like 20% more, not 20% on as a multiplier. So like, that's a huge step forward. And then the fact that you have 3 crew that are just extra hands to control ropes, things like that will assist with the navigation. And each one of them is bringing your percent chance up by 3%. Okay, so
Max assist at all with his Arcana?
Yours is already factored in for navigation,
Okay, gotcha.
Max. Yeah, that's why you had any chance before yet.
Okay.
Then
so,
I'm going to appeal to his sense of self-preservation that if we have a marginally better chance of not having the ship like die on us, it is in our best interest to try to at least relocate somewhere nearby.
Okay. Flicker was kind of like nods. He's like, okay. He kind of runs the math, and he's like, we still have a better than 50% chance of crashing. I'd feel a lot better if we had Joris. You said he used to be a captain for a ship. That would help. These guys that we brought on, we're only getting, meta 3%. With Joris and his knowledge of nautical stuff, he's going to be a multiplier on how beneficial the crew is outside of the arcane elements. So, he's going to make each one of those 3%, it's going to double to 6% per crew. So even with a short crew and him, you guys are going to be higher than 50%. Even with this crew, you'd be higher than 50% if Joris were here. But if he brings another 3 people, you guys are going to be in like the 70s, 80% chance of success. And I'm talking
just
sort of
Jameson.
Yeah.
If it's just Jameson going back,
Mm-hmm.
and Max doesn't go with Jameson, how many people can Jameson bring back?
Jameson can bring back 5 people in that scenario.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Max doesn't want to go back. That's why.
No. Yeah. Set up yours.
Then in that case, I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening until daylight, or rest of the darkness until daylight, finding pieces of wood that I can then use the silver dagger on to sharpen.
Okay.
For the next
make
night.
little stakes. Yeah.
Yes.
There's branches close enough, and that's another thing. Like you're chopping the branches away from the bow so that there's less chance of them climbing aboard from the branches. Noted. Okay, so everyone's staying up until daylight at least, and we will continue that next session.
Sweet.
All right.
Found ourselves right next to a damn vampire nest.
I mean, you're right, though. You have a better chance once you, like, right now it's less than 50-50, so Flicker was just like, you're not going to do that to my ship. 80% is going to make it interesting whether or not you need the full crew or not. So I'll leave it up to you guys at that point. All right, guys. Good session.
Good session, guys.
Good session, guys.
Bye.
Yeah. See you next time.